Good morning and welcome to Qdabra's weekly webinar. This is June 11th. This is Patrick speaking. And today we're rolling out one of these new features we've been working on. We've been doing an incredible amount of time on new features with our AI accelerations last year, this last year and a half. And we've gotten through the backlog of all the feature requests that we've heard of from you, from our backlog, from our database. We are looking at having no work to do on Qdabra forms as of the end of this month. So we were happy to hear what you want us to do. Obviously, we've been making a lot of changes, updates to Qdabra forms, and those are appearing in the online version. If you have the on-prem version and you're not seeing them, please ping us for an update. We're happy to deploy it. And today, Sweta is going to be presenting this customized email feature. We've added central flows to the online version. It's built in now to Qdabra Forms. It's not an extra cost at all. Sweta's going to be talking about this. In addition, we have Ailmil Clemente here, one of our very senior staffers. She's been here since 2008, and she's been emceeing webinars this year, and she'll be probably a more frequent. I mean, she's been in these webinars a lot, so you know her. She'll probably be emceeing for me in the future. I love being here, but we got a lot of stuff to do, and that's why I've asked her to MC more. Yeah, thanks for being here. Sweta?
Thank you, Patrick, and hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. So today, I'll walk you through the new custom email feature that we have recently added in Central Flows. Before we get started, I would love to know how many of your forms use Central Flows or any other workflows. Please feel free to drop the number in the chat. Until now, we were sending emails from Central Flows using DBXL. So to customize the email per workflow, we need multiple steps, and the entire process is quite complex. So for on-prem version, you need DBXL rendering service just to send the email from DBXL, and it wasn't even possible using the FormSphere online version. So 2 weeks back, we did a webinar on this new feature that is we can now send an email from FormSphere, and we have been getting lots of requests from customers to add custom emails in Central Flows. So what we have done is we have added a nice user-friendly UI in the Central Flows config form. So as you can see here, this will be per workflow step. So when I enable the custom email in the workflow steps in Central Flows, we'll see email configuration section over here. And this will include all the email settings such as to, from, CC, email subject, body. And along with that, you can also include form view in the email body and attach a form view as a PDF. So I will give a quick demo of this feature. Okay, so let me just refresh this form again. It says my session has expired. Okay, so this is the form that I've created for our webinar, and I've already added Central Flows to it. It does not have any workflow setup, so we are going to do that. To open the config form from this XTP, there is a user icon at the top. So when I click this, we'll get to the config form for this template.
Sorry, Sweta. We just looked at this form. Did you make modifications to it? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I did, but it's in another location.
It's a different.
If you can download it.
Instance,
let's just make sure we're in the right location first. Sorry, everyone. We want to make this mustard green thing look a little better for you, so we made a few minor enhancements to the UI. So, is that okay? Can you load the new one?
Sure.
Thanks. Why is mustard green so bad, Mel? I mean, mustard green is like a staple of cooking, right?
Yes, and we're cooking. I guess we're cooking custom emails today, but you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're the one that said that you didn't like the color, right? So why didn't you like the color?
Just on the web, it's not one of the palettes that, are web friendly. Just
Yeah,
kind
and I
of
know you're very good with the colors. Your
um,
number one talent, competency is UI. So I trust your vision completely. Uh, um,
thank you.
okay. So anything else? Are,
Yes,
are you ready?
sure.
And we lost one
Uh,
person here, so hopefully we won't lose anyone else. We're gonna keep going here. Thank you, Mel.
yeah, so we have this nice looking UI. Thank you, Mel, for updating the UI. This form does not have any config setup. So I'm going to click on this user icon and this will take me to the central flows config form. Okay, so let me add a workflow step here. And I'm going to select current assignee. So we have this new custom email field over here. So if I just click on this checkbox, we'll see this email configuration section and all the recipient fields such as to, CC, BCC as well as from have combo boxes. So we can either type the email address in the text box, Qdabra com, or we can also select the drop down values. So we have added three properties over here. The first is next assignee. So whoever the assignee over here, so we have just selected current, we can select the manager and other options as well. So it will pick that person, and we can also select the current user. Current user means whoever is submitting the form. And central flows also have this proxy list tab. So whoever your email address is assigned to, it will just pick up the proxy list from here. So I'm going to select next assign in the to field. Now in the subject field, let's just type webinar form submit. And in the body, you have successfully submitted the form. Here's the link. Now, since the link will be generated on the fly when you are submitting a workflow, so for now we have added a token, a placeholder with task form URL. This is similar to what we do in DBXL as well. So not sure if many of you are familiar with this, but if I just go to email section over here, we add this expat expression in the email body and we just append the form URL. So this is the same field that we are added in the that we can add in the placeholder in the body section. And I also want to send the dashboard note that we see here in the form. So let's say this is the dashboard note, and this will be task comment. You can also send HTML in the body, and for that you just need to check this box over here. Since I'm just sending the text, so this will be unchecked. And under the advanced settings, we have two options to include the form view. So if I just select this, this will send the current view of the form in the email body. And the next is attach as PDF. So when I select this, we have two fields here, PDF view name and PDF file name. So you can send any view that your form has in as a PDF. And next is the PDF file name. Since our form only has one view, so we'll just send the default view, and the PDF file name will be webinar. Now let's add one more action. Let's say submit and submitted. I'm going to select current user. I'm going to add another step over here that will take me from saved state. Um, Let me just add this as approved. Ideally, we should have another saved and submit state, but let's just skip this as approve and rejected. Okay. And let's just save this. Now, if I go back to my form here and just refresh this. Okay, so we have the two buttons over here. Now let me just fill out this values. So let me add my name in the user field and email suritapodel@qdabra.com and just select some values over here. Yes. And in the dashboard note, saving webinar form. And let's save this. Okay, now let's wait for a minute to get our email. Okay, so we have this email here. And this says you have successfully submitted form. This is the body. Here's the link, form link, and the dashboard note as well. This is the form view, and we also have a PDF here. Now, if I copy the link and go back, okay, so we have the same values here in the form, and we have the approve and reject state. So this is the new workflow state. In this way, we can add a custom email using central flows in the config form. Yeah, any questions?
Well, awesome job. Thank you. Awesome. Great job.
Thank you.
Mel, do you have any comments here?
Don't have any comments, but I guess we want to just, if we can like make things dynamic, for example, the subject, we might want to include a status field, for example, in a subject. So I'm pretty sure that's on your radar, but that's something.
Yeah, we also want to make these placeholders for tasks form URL and comment easier to add. We're going to add some UI to that as well. We have a question from Allie. Thanks, Allie, for the question. Is there a way to clean up the link display? Yeah, I guess that's the same thing I just mentioned. So we're going to be, well, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Link display. Let's make Allie a talker here. Let's see if we can add her. Give her permission to talk. Mel, I'm trying to do this here with Allie, but if you have the ability to do that, please do that. Just, okay, I found her.
Well, Mike, yeah.
Sorry, Allie. You're on. What do you mean by link display?
I think this link over here. What
Oh,
I
okay.
think we could do is we could set this body as HTML and then add a link anchor tag maybe to that and send the body as HTML instead of just displaying the entire link over here.
Cool. She's Mel, Allie is saying she doesn't have the option to unmute.
I already allowed her mic. She should be able to unmute now. But I think, yeah, she's agreeing that.
Yep. Awesome. Great. Any other questions for us? This is good. So once again, the benefit here is that we're trying to add more value to your forms and to allow you to create these workflows. You don't have to purchase an index. You don't have to create Power Automate. You can use the simple UI to create a workflow to automate the forms flow. So when we're talking about forms flow, we're talking about approval processes, things that need permissions and people to fill out things. Sorry, Allie, didn't mean. Yeah, we're trying. We don't know what Teams is doing here. We're just newbies. Apparently, we're not newbies, but we're completely incompetent with Teams. But Teams does change things a lot, so maybe we're gonna miss. So yeah, so Sway, let's share your slides again.
Mhm.
So thank you. Go back one.
We just
Thank you.
did the
Go
demo.
forward. Yeah, you did the demo. Great job. So we have two webinars coming up. Mel's going to be webinaring next week, hopefully. Mel, how do you feel about that?
Yes, I look forward to that. Show people some fast, lightning, snappy dashboards with filtering and sorting. I'm excited.
Mel's been on the forefront of innovation here at Qdabra for, at least 15 years. I want to say 2008. I'm trying to do the math here, Mel. It's been 18 years, but
Mhm.
you've been amazing at creating these incredibly innovative solutions on the UI front. And what you're going to show next week is also UI related, but it's also for forms that are dashboard forms. And dashboard forms are different than regular forms because dashboard forms they pull data from a data repository, like a list or a library or a database. And so they have a lot of data, right? So they're pulling all of this data into the form. And it could be so much data that the form is sluggish, doesn't respond quickly. So what Mel's going to show next week is how to make it super fast. And we've done this before. We have lots of techniques, paging, um, and so on. But Mel's got this new technique that she discovered in the last week or two, and she's going to show that next week. We've already got customers using it, so that's really exciting. Mel, did I capture that correctly?
That's right. Yes. Thank you.
And then a week later, we have an update for Forms Launcher. So Forms Launcher, we did a webinar on this in April, and Forms Launcher is important. Why? Well, Microsoft changed from SharePoint App Store to Entra ID, the Microsoft new authentication method. And we've been talking to customers about this for over a year. We did a webinar in April about this, and we did one a year ago and probably a couple in between. And this webinar on 625 is about just walking you through the configuration. So there's some differences between classic and modern. And hopefully you aren't using classic anymore, but we still have customers using classic. And so we just want to kind of walk you through the differences in setting this up. So Forms Launcher is the app that allows you to quickly update your lists and libraries in SharePoint Online to open the forms in Qdabra Forms. So it used to be Qdabra Forms Viewer, it was in Site Contents. Now we have Forms Launcher. So if you want to update your lists and libraries so that the links in those lists and libraries open the forms in Qdabra Forms, this is critical. If you're using Qdabra Forms, you need to be able to update the lists and libraries to give people links. They can open the actual forms in the app. You need Forms Launcher for that. And we're going to be talking about that again in 2 weeks. Yeah, thanks. Next slide. Any questions or comments for us? We have a lot of stuff coming. We're reaching the end of the list of things remaining in our bucket list of bugs and features for Qdabra Forms Designer and Forms Viewer. And we're pushing forward on new things. So we have skills that Mel demoed like a month ago to show you how to use your forms to create AI skills, right? So like you can take your forms and move them to AI. Now, why is that important? Well, because AI does not always reproduce things correctly. It doesn't validate things correctly. So if you've got a form, well, what do you have? You have business logic in the form, rules, you've got a schema, you can validate against the data that you need to submit. So your forms can actually become skills automatically in, Anthropic's Claude Code or Claude Cowork. So you can take those forms and you can actually push them to the future. And we'll be talking about more about that probably in July. But we have skills for that already. You can just take your XSN, with our Qdabra skill, and you can just automatically start using it if you're using Anthropic. And we don't have a solution for the other AI vendors, OpenAI, Gemini, Grok, and there's lots of others out there that are open source and whatever. Anthropic is leading the pack. They're way ahead of the field with Fable 5 release this week. But yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of work on AI integrations with OpenAI, QDoc Chat, obviously QForm Chat. Support portal is running on on actually OpenAI's stuff right now. We're going to be moving that over to another approach in the next week or two, to improve the performance and the responsiveness. So look forward to having you in the future. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future webinars, please don't hesitate to let us know. Question: is there a way to clean up the link display? And this is from Ali again. Thanks, Ali. Oh wait, we already talked about that. Sorry, I'm being completely ridiculous. Any other questions for us? So have a great day, everyone. Thanks. What an awesome job. Thanks, Mel.
Thanks, everyone. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
everyone.
Bye.